Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Great Greed for the Game Boy. In the last video, which was also the first one, we ended up here in the land of green. And we had to save the royal family from one of Biohazard's hunters. And now that Biohazard's forces, almost said fortress for some reason, don't know why. Now that Biohazard's forces know that this island exists as a safe spot for the royal family, we need to get out of here. And that cave, this underwater cave, is where we're gonna get to someplace else, that someplace else being the Kingdom of Sushi. While I was mentioning controls, I forgot to mention one of the most useful ones of all. And I'm glad I'm mentioning it now. All you have to do is press select at any time. And that's what it does. It lets you save the game. And you have an autosave that lets you save every so often. I believe it saves every couple minutes, so in case you forget to save, you'll have a fine time getting back to where you were just before you died. But you also have 3 save slots that you can work with, just in case. And I'm going to put my save file in save file 3, and you get no confirmation as to whether or not you want to override a saved game. The game just plops it right there on that save file slot, so be careful. Anyway, we're entering this cave. We're gonna have battles. And this is where I will slightly power level and also explain how things go. I'll get back into explaining battles once again, because the one battle that we've had, you just press A until you win. And that's how it went. And if you try to go back here, the game doesn't let you. You have to go through the cave. And we enter our first battle outside of the one in the castle. Just press A. Hopefully you won't get hit. And you'll need to hope you don't get hit for the next couple of battles, because we need to hit at least level 3 before we leave this cave. So the roaches, they're pretty weak, but they can still hurt you. They leave 1 experience point and 8 gold. And you just press A to attack, and they go down in 1 hit. And there's not much going on around here. This is just a very simple cave. It's not like there's anything hidden here or anything. As always, Candy tells you to be careful. You'll always get the confirmation as to whether or not you've leveled up when you level up. And now that we've reached level 3, we have more HP and MP, but we're also faster than the enemy. And once we go up these stairs, we'll leave the cave. I don't want to do that. The reason I don't want to do that is because I want to keep fighting roaches. So, controls for battles once again. A attacks, B defends, and the control pad lets you cast spells, with down always being the position for the healing spells, as you can only equip healing spells on down, and down is the only position that you can equip with healing spells. Pretty absolute there. But up, left, and right, you can put whatever you want. That isn't a healing spell, obviously. Now, notice that as I'm going through the battles now, the enemies aren't even damaging me anymore. the roaches are obviously the only enemy you'll encounter in the undersea cave. By the way. Other notes about battles. Battles in this game, kind of like the first Dragon Warrior / Dragon Quest. You only fight one enemy during a battle ever, regardless of where you are in the game. You don't have to worry about fighting a party of one enemy in a certain position and a party of another enemy in another position. You don't have to face multiple enemies. You don't have to face more than one enemy. It's just the one monster every single time. Whether it's a boss or a regular enemy, it's all battles are one-on-one. And it doesn't seem to be anything hidden around here. So here's what I'm going to do. Yes, Candy, I know to be careful. They can't even touch me anymore. My speed is higher than theirs. And we are now at level 4. But I want to be at level 5. And how many battles are we going to need? 34. That's okay. That's fine. That's good. That's dandy. And the faster we go through this, the better. And yeah, get used to battles in this cave being this fast. You go in, or rather, enter, button A, sleep, repeat. That's all it is. That is all it is. Now we will face stronger enemies as we go through more of the game. As we go further into the game. Matter of fact, we'll face stronger enemies when we leave this cave, as a matter of fact. But I'd rather fight these easy enemies while the game still allows me to do it, which is for as long as I'm in this underwater cave, and only when I'm in this underwater cave. Because if I hit level 5, the enemies near Sushi are not going to give me a hard time. I can still fight them at levels 3 or 4, but I'd be spending more of my time near the town leveling up that way than doing it further away. Because the enemies past this cave, they're going to fight back. They're going to be a little bit stronger. Not by much, but still. And being level 5, yeah, that's going to help. And apparently the encounter rate was asleep there. Did not want it to be. Though it doesn't seem like the... I don't have much of a problem with the encounter rate in this game. At least it's not Super Ninja Boy levels of frustration, where I end up at level 10 if I don't skip a battle. 10 out of a maximum level of 50. I still find that hilarious, by the way. Just making it like 20% of the way to the maximum level on the very first dungeon. With just not even trying. It just happened. Not in the Let's Play, but in the time that I tried it out before doing the Let's Play for Super Ninja Boy, I should add. That was hilarious. I still look back on that rather fondly, too. Just being like, wow, I'm 20% of the way to maximum level on the first dungeon. Wow. Who does that? Unintentionally. Other than me. And we needed 34 battles to reach level 5. You don't have to do this. I'm doing this because I can. And it'll also get me a little bit of a surplus of gold. I'll have like 400 by the time I'm done here. Reaching level 5. And yeah, get used to not seeing battles last very long, and also the post-battle music that sounds like something out of the River Dance not playing for long either, because these battles are going to be short. I wouldn't be surprised if I personally just go through the game just being like, A. Or more like, okay, monster battle, A, win. Go there, A. Oh, another monster, A, win. Go back to what I was doing, up another monster, A, done. And like the only time I'd ever have to use my MP where it was just to fight bosses. Maybe the game will be like that, maybe it won't. We shall see. How am I doing? Ooh, I just need 9 more battles. I have made this go a little faster just by talking and doing this at the same time. That's the power of Let's Play. Not to be confused with the power of Pine Saw. That reminds me, there's another cleaner that I buy at the supermarket called Brillo Basic. And it comes in 4 scents. There's pine, obviously, lavender, lemon, and orange. And I love the scents. Now, up until this point, by this point I mean when I started recording this Let's Play, the product was made in Turkey, and all 4 scents smelled really good. Especially pine. And in case I forgot to say it earlier, they were all also made in Turkey. And I can buy a bottle of any of the scents at my local grocery store for $1.25, which is plenty cheap. But last week, a week before I recorded this video, I noticed, after buying a bottle of the lemon, that the cap was different, the bottle was slightly shorter, the bottle was a little bit wider, I think, and instead of saying it was made in Turkey, the label said it was made in the USA, and the label looks a little bit different. Even the text on the label looks a little bit different. And I smelled it. I smelled the USA-made Lemon Brillo Basic. There we go. We're now at level 5. And it did not smell like lemon. Now, the Turkey-made lemon, it smelled like lemon, but it also reminded me of dishwashing liquid. In a good way. The USA-made Lemon Brillo Basic did not. It smelled more like chemicals, and it smelled like the fragrance was just gone. And I actually went to the store again today, before recording this video, and all the bottles of lemon, save for one, were made in the USA. And now I'm afraid that whoever makes Brillo Basic cheaped out on it, and everything just won't smell as good. Like, I have no doubt that it... Well, maybe they won't clean as good, but at the same time, they definitely won't smell as good. It's like they tried to keep it cheap by making it more cheap. I know I'm boring you with this story, but I just have to mention it. Anyway, when you leave the cave... Wait, Sam. I'm going to head for Burger now. I'll try my best so that you can return home. My youngest sister, Cupcake, should be in the land of sushi. Sam put Calories' collar on his wrist. Then, be careful. The nation of sushi. The underwater cave has closed. So once you leave the cave, there's no going back. You can't go back to the island. Not that there was any secret passages or anything in that cave or anything else in that island to begin with. Anyway, to the north of the town of Sushi. We're going to go there. Like right now, to ensure that we don't find any of the monsters. This building is an inn. And if you walk up to the counter, across from the person on the other end, you'll be told that it's 15 gold to stay. You go here, you spend your money, you refill your HP and MP. And if you select no, the woman behind the counter is like, oh well, come again. This is where we buy our weapons and armor. Guess what? We don't have to buy anything because we have all this. And just like with the pause menu and the save menu and anything else where you make decisions, you use the D-pad to cycle between the options A, accept, B, backs out, or cancels. And we're going to sell our stuff, or what stuff we don't need. We can sell our items, but we can also sell our magic spells whenever necessary. And we can only get like 11 gold out of the knife, the hat, and the cloth that we started with. It's really negligible. All the money I got grinding to level 5 makes this all negligible. So you could have just easily have dropped the knife, the hat, and the cloth. But I still sell it all because every little bit is going to help for me. Especially with this store, which is the magic store. And if we buy anything here, we'll actually get some options. We already have Heal 1. We got that from the castle before we left. Med 1 to 10 is basically a medicine spell, and it just heals anything between 1 to 10 hit points. While Flame 1 is a basic fire spell that costs 200 and is an expensive spell. It's going to be the first one we're going to have. And we're going to go ahead and buy it just in case. Not like we really need it or anything, but well, we might as well go ahead and buy it. Equip this here on up. And I wonder. Can't use. Okay. Anyway, we might as well go ahead and talk to people while we're here. Just go up to somebody and press A and you'll talk to them. Between the northern mountains, there is a village called Shiskaberg. We will be heading there next. The countryside is filled with monsters. This is a port village. Well, if you go all the way south, you'll be able to see that. The next ship? I don't have any idea. The seawater seems cloudy. Well, that doesn't seem very good. I hear that there are cute girls in Shiskaberg. Is there now? Not like we have any reason to go see people in Shiskaberg, but okay, I guess. There soon will be an election for mayor in Shiskaberg. Keep that in mind for later when we go to Shiskaberg, which we will be going to pretty soon. This world of green is made up of 7 nations, and Sushi is one of the nations. So yeah, you can just walk into the doors to walk into the houses, but you probably already knew that. Also, there doesn't seem to be anything near this, what looks like a can or anything. Now, there was somebody that we could talk to in the magic store. And there they are. Herbal is a disposable book on recuperation. MP will not decrease, but if you use it several times, it will go away. So, you can equip spells and it will use HP, but there are also some magical items that you can use that don't cost MP but do have a limited amount of uses. So there is that. And yeah, I don't feel like exploring this area or anything outside of this area while I'm here, because I want to get ready for exploring this area so I can talk about how to do it in the next video. So join me next time where we leave the port town and then we head to Shishkaburg. Shishkaburg is where we're going to have our first story mission. It's going to have our first, I would at least like to say, semi-important plot point. And we'll be doing stuff when we get there. So join me next time when we head to Shishkaburg. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!